We tend to think of conflict in human terms. We picture soldiers on a muddy battlefield. We imagine predators fighting for territory, claws, teeth, and nuclear fire. We understand war as a physical act, one thing smashing against another until one breaks. But when we speak of the entities of the Cthulhu Mythos, the great old ones, the word fight loses its meaning, because they are not just biological creatures. They are mountains of conscious flesh. They are living laws of physics. When two of these cosmic gods collide, they don't just exchange blows, they overwrite reality itself. For humanity, the danger isn't being stepped on. The danger is simply being near the friction. When dimensions grind against each other, the first casualty is not our bodies, but our sanity. Today, we are simulating the impossible. What actually happens to the world when the unspeakable meets the unknowable? Let us look at the most documented rivalry in the mythos, the high priest Cthulhu versus the king in yellow, Hastur. While purists debate the origin of this feud, the cosmic implication is terrifying. These two represent opposing fundamental forces. Cthulhu represents the dormant, heavy power of the deep, material, wet, and bound to the earth. He is the anchor. Hastur, the unspeakable, represents the interstellar wind, the entropy of space, and the madness of the stars. He is the storm. For eons, their conflict has been fought through proxies, us. Their cults wage shadow wars. The cult of Cthulhu seeks to awaken the sleeper to reclaim the earth. The followers of the yellow sign seek to spread the madness of Carcosa. They sabotage rituals, silence witnesses, and murder in the dark. But if they were to meet physically, if the stars aligned and the oceans boiled, it would be a catastrophe of elements. Imagine the ocean trying to drown the sky. Imagine the vacuum of space trying to suffocate the sea. The sheer atmospheric pressure of their presence would flatten every city within 1,000 miles before the first blow was even struck. Weather patterns would collapse globally. We would see hurricanes the size of continents, not made of wind, but of psychic screaming. The water would not behave like water. Under Cthulhu's command, the ocean might become viscous or rise up in shapes that defy gravity. Under Hastur's influence, the air might become toxic, carrying a madness that infects anyone who breathes it. They are half-brothers in some legends, but in cosmic terms, they are opposing magnetic poles. And we are just the iron filings caught in the middle, torn apart by the attraction. Not all conflicts are abstract. There is one entity who seemingly enjoys the hunt, one who breaks the rule of indifference, Nodens, Lord of the Great Abyss. Unlike the others, Nodens is an elder god who actively interferes. He appears as an old man, riding a chariot of seashells, hunting the creatures of darkness. But make no mistake, he is not a hero. He is a hunter, and his favorite prey are the avatars of Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos, the messenger of the outer gods. He is cruel, deceptive, and uniquely human-like in his mockery. While other gods ignore us, Nyarlathotep plays with us. He teaches us how to build atomic bombs just to watch us burn. But Nodens hunts him. Why? Not for morality, not to save us, but for sport. This is the closest we get to a conventional war. Nodens' servants, the night gaunts, faceless winged horrors, swarming against the shape-shifting forms of the crawling chaos. We might see laser-like magic beams clashing against shadow tendrils in the dreamlands. We might see armies of ghouls mobilized for battle. But remember the scale. Nyarlathotep is infinite. He has 1,000 forms. Nodens destroys one avatar, and Nyarlathotep laughs in 1,000 others. It is a game to them, an eternal stalemate. For them, it is a chess match played across dimensions. But for the civilizations caught on the chessboard, it is the apocalypse. Entire worlds are used as pawns, sacrificed just to capture a knight. Nyarlathotep doesn't fight to win territory. He fights to spread chaos. If he engages in battle, it's because the battle itself causes suffering, and suffering feeds him. So who wins? In a war between gods, the concept of victory is irrelevant. Azathoth does not care about winning. Yog-Sothoth does not care about losing. The only certainty is the loser, and the loser is always humanity. If Cthulhu and Hastur clashed on Earth, the physical destruction would be total. But the true horror is the residue. The psychic shockwave alone would lobotomize half the population instantly. The human brain is not designed to process the sight of five-dimensional beings interacting. Those who survive the physical destruction would face the rewriting of reality. The laws of nature in the blast zone would be permanently broken. Imagine a city where geometry no longer works, where a straight line connects 2 points that are miles apart, where time loops, forcing you to relive the moment of destruction forever. Survivors would mutate, not just physically, growing gills or extra eyes, but mentally. They would become something other, something that belongs to the new reality. To survive a war of the old ones is a fate worse than death. It is to live in a broken world that no longer obeys logic. It is to look at the sky and know with absolute certainty that we are not the masters of this planet. We are merely the infestation living on a battlefield. We are lucky they are mostly asleep. We are lucky they are indifferent. We are lucky that the stars are not yet right. Because if they ever decide to truly go to war, our entire history, from the Stone Age to the Space Age, will be nothing more than collateral damage in a dispute we cannot even understand. The universe is crowded, and it is hostile. Let us hope the great dreamers never wake up at the same time. Pause for 3 seconds. Which cosmic entity do you think holds the most power? Are you Team Cthulhu, or do you serve the King in Yellow? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more forbidden knowledge. Until next time, try not to look too deep into the abyss.